Now, of course, this is very different to last month when we did tech as purely a development house. Storm are also software publishers, so they've probably got a lot more interesting stuff for us to look at. Now, one of the perks of being a programmer is you get your own arcade. Wouldn't you love one of these in your home? Of course, they're not the actual arcade cabinets. I mean, these high-quality units are hand-built, but they serve their purpose. Now, there could be some stuff back here that we're not supposed to look at. Let's take a glance. No?
Coming in.
Oh, maybe next month, eh? Let's have a look down here. Now, this is the nerve center of the sales curve. This is where all the hard work goes on. All the programming in here. Here they all are, busily working away on the latest conversions. Over here we've got Double Dragon 3, 16-bit. Final Blow on ST. Double Dragon 3 on 8-bit. And Storm's newest, Big Run. But we're not interested in any of this. We don't want to see this. We want to see Indie Heat, which is down here. Ned and John, programmers of Indie Heat.
Hello.
How difficult is it to convert something like this?
Something like Indie Heat. Well, I'm the graphics man for this one, and it was, for me, it was relatively easy compared to other things because we got the graphics from the arcade company who did the machine. And they sent us lots of discs with all the various tracks from the arcade machine in it, like this. And the only really difficult thing was doing it for the ST. The Amiga was alright because that's in 32 colours. For the ST, I had to change the colours down and remap the tracks with Deluxe Paint 3, which is quite easy. But the rest was up to John.
I understand things weren't quite so easy for you, John. I mean, when converting something like this, how do you decide what stays in and what doesn't?
Well, what I usually do is I play the arcade machine until I almost know it inside out. And I have to then decide which parts of the game are important to the gameplay and which parts I can leave out without affecting the gameplay at all. In the case of Indie Heat, I had to leave out the fifth car because it wasn't really important to the gameplay. Four cars are enough, but the fifth car would have made my game run too slowly. So that's the kind of thing I have to do.
Now, you might think it's a nightmare converting onto 16-bit. How do you think the 8-bit guys feel? So what is it like converting onto 8-bit?
Well, usually with the graphics, what we do is we take the arcade graphics and convert them down to the 64 and touch them up. Like in the case of Indie Heat, we tried that, but it didn't look any good. So what I had to basically do was draw the graphics from scratch, and they turned out all right.
And as far as programming goes, on an 8-bit machine, you can't hope to make it anything like the arcade original. So what you do is you write a program that plays like the original and looks more or less like the original. But in real terms, if you were to see the two side by side, the 8-bit game would be nothing like the arcade game. But it feels the same, and that's the important thing.
Right. So we're taking a fully packed arcade machine like this, running onto 16-bit, 8-bit, and even on the Game Boy. But none of this is impressive. Not when you got it on your watch like I have. See you later. Take that.